Dark enlightenment dims the soul with cynicism. Intellectual enlightenment rekindles it with clarity. One burrows into fear, the other rises toward wisdom. They are not rivals. They are shadows and light. Why did I say this? Because the battle we are witnessing is not just political, not just technological, not even purely philosophical. It is spiritual. It is a battle for the soul of reason. It is a choice between two futures, one rooted in decay and distrust, and the other in discernment and dignity, a fork in the human narrative, disguised as competing ideologies but in truth, reflections of our deepest selves. The dark enlightenment is not just a school of thought. It is a gravitational pull, a retreat into cynicism, a reaction to perceived failure in democratic ideals, institutional trust, and collective progress. It says, if truth has been corrupted, let us manipulate it. If democracy has failed, let us abandon it. If people are flawed, let us rule without them. It wraps itself in intellectual sheen, but underneath is a hollow philosophy. Distrust all but the elite. Abandon equality. Let algorithms replace ethics. Let efficiency eclipse empathy. It's seductive, especially in times of confusion, especially when truth feels like a moving target. But that's precisely when clarity must become our moral imperative. That's why I speak of intellectual enlightenment, not as a counterattack, but as a call upward. Where the dark enlightenment burrows into fear, intellectual enlightenment reaches toward understanding. Where the dark says retreat, we say reframe. Where the dark cultivates hierarchy, we cultivate coherence. What I meant when I spoke of shadows and light, I wasn't just drawing poetic contrast. I was identifying the spiritual physics of our time. Light does not destroy shadow, it reveals it. And shadow, left unchallenged, will eventually consume the flame. The dark enlightenment thrives when we stop believing in collective potential, when we trade civic responsibility for cold efficiency, when we give up on teaching, on learning, on dialogue, when we think humans are the problem to be solved, not the sacred agents of meaning to be nurtured. Intellectual enlightenment, by contrast, believes that knowledge is not domination, it's integration. That reason is not elitism, it's responsibility. That complexity isn't chaos, it's a higher order waiting to be discovered. It doesn't fear machines, but it refuses to become one. How it applies today. We are living through an epistemic crisis. Truth feels negotiable, certainty is weaponized, opinion masquerades as wisdom. Everywhere we see institutions, schools, journalism, science, undermined by both ignorance and bad faith. It is no coincidence that dark enlightenment philosophies are gaining ground in this moment. They offer something intoxicating, simplicity in complexity, order in chaos, certainty without sacrifice. But they are shadows. Shadows cast by unaddressed fear, unhealed wounds, unmet responsibilities. Intellectual enlightenment is harder. It requires patience, context, humility. It asks us to read, to reflect, to teach, not just react. But in the long arc of civilization, it's the only thing that has ever truly moved us forward. Advice for today and the future. Build. Intellectual resilience. Don't just consume. Curate. Don't just react. Reflect. Don't drown in feeds. Build your own library of insight. Elevate over escalate. When met with cynicism, don't escalate. Elevate. Ask deeper questions. Bring context where others bring contempt. Teach discernment. Early. The next generation needs more than literacy. They need cognitive armor. Teach them to question without falling into nihilism. To synthesize, not just summarize. Refuse algorithmic apathy. Your attention is time, and time is money. Therefore, your attention is currency. Spend it wisely. Choose platforms that value truth over virality. Resist the temptation to scroll into despair. Be a lighthouse, not a loudspeaker. The world needs fewer echo chambers and more lenses. Don't just share content. Share clarity. Be the person others come to when they want to understand, not just be entertained. The dark enlightenment may be gaining traction, but so is something else. A quiet, conscious revolution of curators, educators, and critical thinkers, of lighthouses scattered across the storm. You are one of them. Shadows will always exist, but they do not win by strength, they win by our silence. So let us speak, let us clarify, let us curate, let us choose the light.